in the server. Gosh. Um, but let me tell you about what happened last night. This was great footage. I had it all recorded. I was so happy. I was going to upload all of it immediately. And then the recording messed up. There was no audio from anything, and I don't know why. There was no audio from my mic. There was no audio from the game, not from my friends. There was nothing, and I had no idea why. I made sure before I even started recording that everything was set up properly, and it was. It's just I guess the exporting messed up somehow, and it didn't record right. But it was great footage. Me, my friend Brad, and his friend Reagan were all playing. It was on a server. It was a really good server, and I would have played on it right now if what happened hadn't have happened. We were what exactly were we doing? Let's see. Me and Brad had played the night before last, and we had gotten some guns. I had a Masada, and I killed a bandit. Like I hunted down a bandit. It was great fun. I hunted down a bandit at Belota. Probably need to set a waypoint. I hunted down a bandit at Belota, killed him, took his ghillie suit, took his M40A3, took all of it. We're actually gonna head to Stary's probably pretty risky. We're not really close to Zeleno. We could head to. I'll put a waypoint on Stary. We'll head that way. Explore anything we come across. But I had done a bandit. Took his weapons. Gave Brad the M40A3. I had the ghillie suit on from the bandit. And I had found a Masada at Belota when I was there. The reason I hunted down the bandit, I wouldn't have even hunted him down if he hadn't did what he did. My friend Brad was running to me. He had just spawned, and I had already spawned at Belota and gotten my Masada and all this stuff. And he was running to me, and right as he had ran from Kaminka, and in that server you would parachute in, which I thought was really cool. And he got to the field behind behind the hangars, and he was just getting to me across the field in the woods, and the sniper shot him. And I was hiding in a pine tree to begin with, because I didn't want to see me, wait for my friend. And I look around for the sniper. The shot sounded like it came from the control tower, so that's the area I was looking at. And then out of nowhere, I get shot at by this dude. Now he has terrible aim. First of all, to have an M40A3 be scoped in on me from range and miss, he has terrible aim. His ranging was probably off because he's an idiot, but he had terrible aim. So I don't trust this open field. Let's see if I can get through here without going through this open field. Yeah, I can. Okay. And he shot at me, and I was in a pine tree, and he completely missed, which I thought was fucking hilarious. And then I saw a whole bunch of zombies aggro to him, so I just kind of waited for him to pop out to run away from the zombies. And I saw him. I was like, all right, I'm gonna take this chance to flank around. So I took a big loop around into another pine tree to where I saw him, in the direction where I saw him run. And I didn't see him. I didn't see him. I couldn't find him. But he shot at me again and missed, and I was in another pine tree. And at this point, I was almost dying laughing because he missed twice with an M40A3. It was freaking hilarious. And so I kind of hid behind some trees, kind of looked around for him. I didn't see him. And I kind of flank around again, just kind of taking a shot forward, just flank around again to see where the shot was coming from. And that time he shot, it was behind the little town behind Belota. If you might have no idea what I'm talking about. But Belota is an airfield, and hangars and stuff, that probably makes sense by just telling you Belota is an airfield. So I flank around again, and as I flank around, I get to this pine tree, and I wait there for a couple minutes, because really, killing players in this game is a waiting game. You have to wait, and so I was waiting, and I hear a shot back from the direction I had came from when I flanked around the second time. I was like, okay, so I kind of snuck around that way, and I was left of the little town, in the woods, and I'd been sitting in this pine tree, I don't know, for maybe 10 minutes, and I typed in the side chat. I said, bandit at Belota, if you have balls, you'll shoot. And he shot, and it was right beside me. I swear, he was right beside me, and I was right next to an open field, like an open area in the forest. And there's a town over here. Anything going on in this town? Anything spawned? I don't see anything. Anything I could use? Anything in the fields? Anyway, he was right beside me, so he shot. And I was like, what an idiot. And then I saw him run through the field. I was like right next to him. I was really close to him the whole time, and I had no idea. And I'm like, you idiot. And he run through that field. I kind of pop out and shoot him. A couple, 2 or 3 bullets full auto with a Masada, dropped him. There's a dirt bike. There's a bike. There's a bike. I might kill this guy to take his bike, even though I hate killing people. It's really not my cup of tea. See on that road? Might have hit him then. Sorry, I go quiet when I get in these kind of situations. Anyway, killed him, took all his stuff. Me and Brad ran to Zelenogorsk, got some stuff. Ran down to a little farm behind Zelenogorsk. And we logged out there. Well, actually, I think Brad lost connection. I think his internet was getting worked on, and I just logged off. Logged back on with Reagan. We were there looting. We went around looting as we were waiting for Reagan because he had to go eat, if I remember correctly. And he had to go eat, so we were kind of waiting around. This guy might be looking for me because I shot at him. And we went looting in the edge of the map. And in Overwatch, I'm not sure if it was just this server, but I'm pretty sure in Overwatch and just the mod in general, if you look under pine trees, you can sometimes find these little stash things that have good, really, sometimes good guns, you know, just random supplies in them. I should be looking under all these pine trees, actually, for that. But I think they're most common on the edge of the map. And I think we found like 6 or 7 of them. And we had a vehicle. I'm not sure. Oh, I remember now. It's actually randomly out in the field beside the farm that I was at. I didn't see it when I logged off. I might not have been there, but Brad saw it, so he took it. And we went hunting, and we found a couple of those and loaded up our vehicle. Had some guns and stuff. Had some nice outfits and things. And we go and pick up Reagan. Actually, he gets a Kaminka spawn, and we're actually, before he spawns, I keep remembering what happens and then forgetting, and then remembering and then forgetting. And before he spawns, we're still, you know, looting, and we come across this helicopter and we see it start to land near where we are, so we drive over to it. Now, I'm not a big fan of killing people, but you know, we were looting and they were a threat because they had a helicopter and they had guns, so we had to take care of the threat. And well, Brad had a sniper, so he was sitting up on the hill, kind of on the edge of the map, and I said I was going to go in. We shot at the helicopter a couple times, and it flew off. And then we saw a couple people down there at the tents. I mean, normally when a helicopter lands, it's landing at its camp. So I told Brad to get a position where he could see the open side of the field, into the forest a bit, as well as see the tents. So, and I would make my approach. He said, as soon as he got position, I ran down the hill through the forest, kind of near the open area, in case I died, he could shoot them. And I was sitting in a pine tree close to the tents when I see a dude kind of run, and then he goes behind a pine tree, and I see another dude crouched at a tent. So I shoot the dude crouched at a tent. I pop out, shoot him. I don't think I killed him. Actually, I know I didn't kill him. After later on, I found out I didn't kill him, and I kind of wait there in that pine tree, and I was actually waiting to be shot at, and I never got shot at for about 5-10 minutes. And I took a flank just to make sure that nobody was there. I took a flank down. That's mean. I took a big flank down the hill, because we run a hill. I went down the hill, started to work my way up, and I didn't see anything. So we came to the conclusion they logged, because they just kind of disappeared, and that's the only way to really kind of disappear, is to log. So they had logged. Server restart in 16 minutes. Wonderful. And so we took their gear. They didn't have much. They had an MK17 sniper with no ammo. They had an SVD camo with no ammo. They had some other gun. I think it was I can't remember. But that's really all they had. Went and picked up Reagan as he parachuted in, which was a funny story. I won't go into detail on that because the story's already been going on forever. You know, it's good. It's a good running thing. It's like you tell a story when you're running. It keeps it interesting. Oh, excuse me again. I keep burping. Oh man. Thirst getting a little dry from telling my story. Alright, Oh, by the way, and we took one of their vehicles from their camp because they had a UAZ, and we took it. Now we go and pick up Reagan, and we decide to head to, I think it was Zelenogorsk again. No, we head to the little farm where we found the off-road. As we get to that farm, make sure there's nothing here. There's nothing here. As we get to that farm, there was a Humvee that was actually wrecked when I logged out the day before, and it was inside like these two doors leading into the barn, and it had a wheel missing the day that I logged out, and we come back and it's completely repaired. I guess the server restart would have fixed it. We take that, and as we're sitting there, and I was switching everything from the UAZ into the Humvee because the Humvee is a much better vehicle than the UAZ. And as we're sitting there, and I get done loading all this in, and they're messing around with me. I think he tasered me once, and I fell over, and we were fucking off, playing around. And we're all inside this barn, and out of nowhere we hear a car start, and it takes off, and we're like, oh god, go get it. And I'm like, nah, it's just a UAZ, there's nothing in it. And Brad's like, are you fucking stupid? You better get in the Humvee and go chase him. So we all went chasing after this guy who was in our UAZ. We chased him through Zelenogorsk, back down to the farm, back to Zelenogorsk, and then up the road a ways. And he finally crashed into a barn, and he got out. And I tasered him, and they shot him. Because I don't like to kill people, like I said. And it was probably the funnest thing that's happened in DayZ, and probably ever for me. It was so funny. And as we're sitting there just fucking talking about what just happened and laughing about it, we get shot. Well, Brad gets shot with a sniper from distance, like from a good distance from the south, at this little barn outside Zelenogorsk. And so we were like, oh shit! And me and Reagan, we run into that barn. It's a high value barn, you know, the one with the red roofs. And we run into that barn, and I run outside the barn, and there's a big wall, like probably a 12-foot tall wall, because it was like my player plus another player. And I was sitting there beside that wall, and there was no way the dude could have shot me. No way in hell that guy could have seen me and shot me from where I was if he was on the south side. And that's where we heard the shot. So I'm in a field. I don't like this. I've gotten picked off in a field way too many times, especially in a 70-player server. Anything's possible. I'll take a break for a second. Kind of get my bearings. Alright, if I'm probably correct, we're probably at Vishnoi. That'd be my guess. So anyway, I'm standing behind that wall, and you know, sitting there looking for the guy on the south side, and out of nowhere, I get shot from the north side, in the back, and it was the same guy because it was the same sound shot. But there's no way that within 5 minutes all this happened. Within 5 minutes, he could have went from the south side to the north side and got me from distance. There's no way. No way it's possible. Not even with a ATV, because we would have heard it start. There's no way. Well, if he had a bike, maybe. But still, I think we would have saw him before he was able to get all the way around, or at least heard him or saw aggro or something. I'm near this town. I don't like it. There's zombies here. Oh, I know where we are. We're kind of outside Chernogorsk. There's still no zombies, though, which is actually starting to concern me. Why are there no zombies? There's a castle up there. And I get shot in the back, and I'm like, what just happened? Now, I didn't get a chance to look at my blood as I got shot, because from how negative your blood goes, or where your blood goes, you can tell if it's a hacker or not. Well, I just get shot, and then a couple seconds later, Reagan's gets shot. And Brad is still alive from when the sniper first shot him, but Brad is at negative 32,000 blood. There is no gun in this game that can give you negative 32,000 blood. Moral of the story, not even moral of the story, to wrap up the story, we got killed by a hacker, and we lost our good guns, all of our vehicles, we lost it all. And I would still be playing on that server, as that server is a great server, but there was a hacker on it. I got killed by a hacker. If I get killed by a hacker on a server, I don't play on that server anymore. Just because that server doesn't prove to me that its anti-hacks are good enough to stop hackers. And I'm pretty sure no servers is. But this server has 70 people, and I have not seen anything pertaining to a hacker in the site yet. So that's that for me. If it's a hack in a server, it ruins that server for me. No matter how cool that server is, no matter what it's got, it ruins it for me.